is nothing but the motivation. So today we are going to discuss regarding motivation. It needs motivation, different theories of motivation, its relevance to the field. Today we are going to discuss motivation. So always person behaves in some good ways or bad ways. So why the person is behaving? So many times for answer is motivation or some motives. So that motives may be the hidden motive, the consciously is behaving in the particular manner to we'll start with our lecture. So learning objectives of today's lecture. Students should learn about concept and nature of motivation, know about the types of motivation, understand motivational cycle, learn about the theories of motivation and apply in nursing practice to understand about human behavior and motivation. So these are the learning objective of today's lecture. So we'll see about the meaning of motivation. So this motivation word is derived from the Latin word movere, which means to move. Motive in simple word, it is a urge or it is a need or it is a want or a desire that include a person to work. So due to the urge, due to the need or due to the want or desire, the person doing some activity or person do the some instrumental behavior to fulfill the particular urge or particular need or particular want. So all this person is doing per instrumental behavior to achieve the or to accomplish the whatever the motives he or she is having. So we're going to see about the motivation and related concepts. So when we are talking about the motivation, it means process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goal. So motivation, these are the stimulus or motivation stimulate the person or motive stimulate the people so that they are doing the some action in response to accomplishment of desired goals. Then only that motivation will be fulfilled. Then another definition, motivation refers to state within a person or animal that initiate, sustain and direct human behavior. So it is a very simple definition. Motivation arouse from the individual or the sometimes it is the animal, but in the human that is the primary as well as the secondary motives will be there. When you are talking about the animal, in the animal normally basic motives will be there or the primary motives will be there. That we will going to see in later lecture in the detail. So when we are talking about the human being, so motivation is nothing but it is a state within the individual which initiate the activity, which sustain the activity and due to which the person is going in the particular direction or the some behavior will going to show that will going to show the activity to accomplishment of the particular goal or the objective. And when the objective is completed, the person is thinking regarding another motives. Then drives. Drive is arousal or state of physiological imbalance. So in the simple way, it is a whatever the homeostasis or the balance of our body will be disturbed when we are talking about the drive. So simple example I will quote over here. When our body energy is getting deprived, we feel to, or we feel hungry, or we want to take the energy to the by fulfilling the hunger drive. So that is nothing but the hunger is a drive. The need, it is a physiological or psychological state of deprivation that compels action for its satisfaction. So need, suppose we feel hungry and we need to take the food. When we are taking the food, we get satisfied. So this is nothing but it is a physiological deprivation, or it is a psychological deprivation, and the person want to satisfy a particular need or particular drive. So that this is nothing but the need. Then we will going to say about the nature and characteristic of motivation. So when we are talking about the nature of motivation, it having the different domain, or it having the different characteristic. So when we are talking about the characteristic, it is a psychological aspect, it is a goal directed behavior, it is a continuous process, then it is integration of the different activity, then it is a complex and dynamic process, it is a financial or it is a non-financial activity. So we will going to see in detail one by one. So when we are talking about the motivation is a psychological aspect. So normally it is the internal feeling of individual. It generates within the individual. That's why it is called as a psychological aspect in nature. So normally, example, if you are going to, if we want to give over here a word of appreciation. So if we are giving word of appreciation, the person will going to feel happy, or he will going to feel the good. So it is a feeling, it is the internal state of individual. So person is on whom or to whom you are doing the appreciation of the particular individual, he will going to feel the good, or he is feeling warmth due to the your word of appreciation. So it is a totally, it is a psychological aspect. Then it is a goal directed activity. So normally when person want to achieve the particular goal or particular motives he want to fulfill, so normally the person is doing some activity. So that's why it is called as it is a goal directed activity, or it is goal directed behavior. Then it is a continuous process. So one need satisfied, another needs again going to appear, or one need will going to satisfied, after some times it will going to again appear. So that is nothing but it is a continuous process. So if you are going to take the example of the thirst, so when we are feeling thirsty, we will going to take the water. Again this water will be excreted out from the body, and again we will going to feel the thirsty. So when we take the water, we will going to feel the satisfied. Then again when again body requires the water, again we do the activity for getting water. So this is what you can say, it is a continuous process. Then it is a integrated. So normally when we are talking about the motives or higher motives, so normally it is a secondary motives, or when we are working in any organization and we want to fulfill the particular task or the goals, we have to work in the integrated manner, or we have to work in the team approach. So that's why it is called as these are the working in the integrated manner. Then motives may be the positive or motives may be the negative. So sometimes that is our behavior. Normally we want to learn, or we observe the motives through the behavior of the person. So how the person is behaving, that may be the positive behavior or the negative behavior, and on that it will be decided the person's motives is the positive motives or negative motives. So again your positive motives or your negative motives, that will be decided by the particular society's customs, norms, regulation. So on that it will be divided whether it is positive or the negative, or again whether you are doing for the mankind or you are doing against the mankind. Again it will going to decide whether motives are the positive of the particular individual or the motives are the negative of the particular individual, or sometimes it is related to individual also. Sometimes the person is doing the positive for himself, that called as a positive motives, or the person is putting himself in the danger. So normally it is observed in the suicidal client, so of the particular individual. Then financial or the non-financial motives. So when you are talking about the financial, normally in the corporate sector, earning. So this is nothing but the financial motives. When you are talking about some trust, so they are doing for the mankind. So this is nothing but the non-financial motives. So only the thing that is upliftment of the mankind or the society. So that is nothing but the non-financial motives, or some NGOs working with the upliftment of the particular society. So that is not called as a non-financial motives. Then importance of motivation. Why motivation is important for the human being or any enterprise? So due to the motives, it puts the human resources into action. So if any motives you are having or the particular organization is having, and for the accomplishment of the particular motives, so many people work together and they will try to achieve the particular motives, or the all their activities, it is in response to the achievement of the particular motives. So it is a human resources put into the action. So that is nothing, it is also the importance of the motivation. Then it improves the level of efficiency. Suppose particular motives you want to achieve before the given period of time. So normally person work more hard, or the suppose previously work for the what you can say for the 4 hours, now he is working within the time he has to, or the before the time he has to complete the particular target or the particular motives. So he is improving his work efficiency. Then builds a friendly relationship. So normally when we have to achieve the motives, we have to work in the different with the different people. So normally betterment of the patient, so we have to work in the team. So different doctors will be there, nurses will be there, physiotherapists will be there. So it is a teamwork. So normally it's build the friendly relationship. Then helps to achieve the personal goal. So normally along with the organization goal, we are accompanying our personal goal also. So normally in the professional organization, we are going in the higher position. This is a personal goal, but we are working for the organization. So our goal should be along with the organizational goals. So automatically we are achieving our personal goal also. Then helps the human development. So normally the person is having the motives, he is achieving the particular motives, and through this process he is developing himself also. So it is helpful for the development of the human being. Then it motivate for the teamwork, or the it is a cooperative effort. So that is nothing but it is a teamwork. Then it helps in achievement of goal. So that goal may be the individual goal, that goal may be the organizational goal. So it helps in the achievement of the goal. Then we will going to see about the types of motivation. So mainly there are the 2 types of motivation, that is extrinsic type of the motivation and the intrinsic types of the motivation. So first we are going to see about the extrinsic type of the motivation. So when we are talking about the extrinsic motivation, so this motivation this motivational stimuli comes from our environment or comes from the outside. So this extrinsic type of the motivation, they are external in nature. An example, that employee of the month award will be there, benefit package will be there, bonus will be there. So these are extrinsic type of the motivation. Due to that the person is working in the particular organization. Then intrinsic type of the motivation. So intrinsic motivation means this arouse or this stimulus comes from individual, or from particular individual, or they are within the particular individual. So that are nothing but the acceptance will be there, curiosity will be there, honor will be there, independence will be there, social status will be there, social contact will be there, or some physiological needs, that may be the hunger, that may be thirst that you want to fulfill. So this comes within the particular individual. That's why it is called as a intrinsic type of the motives. The next one we are going to say about the difference or the some what you can say differences or differential characteristic between the intrinsic and the extrinsic motives or the motivation. So intrinsic motivation normally it comes from within the individual, or it gives the feels more responsibility. When these types of the motives will be there, the person is feels a need to achieve something for its own sake, then it connect the activity with their self-esteem. Normally it is people should respect me if I am achieving this one, then enjoys working on the assignment, whatever the assignment is given or whatever the task is given. So he is enjoy because it comes from within the particular individual. Then try to achieve the growth of an individual. So whatever the task is given, the person try to achieve. Along with that, the human development or the individual development also will be there in the intrinsic motive. Then extrinsic motives, it comes from the outside forces. Then it feels the person to ensure their position or the status in the particular organization. So normally I want to go in the higher position in the ladder. So this is nothing but the due, because it's related to the self-esteem, this related to the respect, and that's why a person want to go, or it is related to the power. So that's why a person want to goes into the ladder in the hierarchical position. So that is nothing but it comes from the outside. Then work for recognition from supervisor or from superior. So normally this type of the motivation, the person wants recognition from the society or from the higher authority. That's why the person is doing the particular behavior. And normally this also associated with the values, rewards or awards, or the what you can say promotions. Then outside forces controls the life. So normally so many things in the outside environment will be, that's why the person is doing or wants to achieve the particular motives. So outside forces the controls the human being or the particular individual. So it is a control with outside, or due to the outside factor the person wants to do the particular things or wants to achieve the such type of the extrinsic motives or the motivation. Then we are going to see about the motivational cycle. So normally need, there are the important component, that is nothing but need will be there, drive will be there, arousal will be there, goal directed behavior will be there, then achievement will be there, or the relief or the reduction of the arousal will be there. So normally need of water, so thirst becomes the drive. When the person's body requires the water, we are going to take the example of water or the thirsty individual. So person's body requires the water, or the person's body needs the water, and this drive will be the thirst. And normally arousal, due to the depletion of the physiological disturbance will be there in the person's individual's body. So that arousal or the body wants water. So this will be the physiological imbalance. The person requires water, that is, or the person needs water due to the that he feels the thirsty. So body needs water, that is a need, and thirsty feeling, that will be the drive. Arousal, I want water or I want to drink water. So this will be the arousal. And for to take the water, the person going towards the particular water side, he will going to do the some activity to get the water. So this goal directed behavior to decrease the thirst, the person is drinking the water. So this instrumental behavior or the goal directed behavior will be there, and when he gets the water, this will be the achievement will be there, or he needs water, now he takes the water. So this is nothing but the achievement will be there, or his physiological motives or the basic motives or the primary motives will be fulfilled. So this leads to the achievement, and after sometimes again the person feel the thirsty, so this is nothing but the relief will be there, but again after that the person needs, so this is comes in the cyclic manner. So this, that's why it is called as a motivational cycle. So person's body needs water, so this will be defined by the drive, that is nothing but the thirst drive. With the body's arousal, that body needs water, or there is a depletion in the volume of the water, then the person is doing some behavior to get the water, or the person is drinking the water, that is nothing but the goal directed behavior. The thirst will going to decrease, or the need will going to fulfill, that is nothing but the achievement. And or the reduction of the arousal will be there, some relief will be there in the thirst. But again when the body is getting water getting deprived, again the need will become, then drive will come, then arousal will come, again he will going to go towards the drink the water, then again achievement will be there. So it is goes into the cyclic manner. Then motivation and behavior. So normally the person can't see the motivation, but due to the behavior of the individual, he can understand what type of the motives the particular individual is having. So normally to understand the motives, it is important to understand the behavior of the individual. Then motivation help us to explain the behavior. Due to the motives we can explain the behavior of the particular individual. Then it helps to predict the human behavior, what kind of the motive will be there, according to that the human behavior will going to change. Then motives determine the choices we make. So normally as per our motives, I want, or my motives to obtain the particular thing, then my behavior will be there, or my choices will be there according to my motives, or according to my desire, or according to what goal I set. So as per that I will going to work. Suppose any student want to achieve rank in the university exam, then his behavior, he will going to ask his doubt, he will going to go several times to the library, or he will going to read the books, and he will going to get prepared for the university examination. So normally our behavior predicts, or our choices will going to change when our motives are clear, and when we want to achieve our motives, or we want to achieve our goals. Then classification of motives. Normally motives are defined or classified into the mainly two category, that is primary motives, and second one, that is called as secondary motives. When we are talking about the primary, these are the unlearned motives, or this also called as the physiological or the basic needs. Then secondary, these are the learned, or we are imitate behavior of the other, or we observe the others, and that's why we also want to become like that. So that is called as the secondary motives, and these are the acquired ones. So normally motives are classified into the primary physiological motives, or the primary motives. The secondary motives, it is also called as the social motives. Then the stimulus motives, personal motives, and fifth one, that is nothing but the unconscious motives. So we will going to discuss one by one. So when we are talking about the physiological motives or the primary motives, so these are the basic one. The person want to fulfill first these motives, then only he will going to go towards the higher motives or the secondary motives. So what are the physiological motives? They are the hunger, thirst, sex, oxygen. The person after working, the person wants some rest, and he want to take the sleep. Then elimination. So when the person is taking the food, it will be digested, again the person will going to feel discomfort, and he want to eliminate the thing. So this is nothing but the person want to eliminate whatever the byproduct will be there after the digestion process. Then maternal need. So these are the needs or the motives, or the basic motives. Due to the hormonal, or due to the some neurotransmitter, the person wants to reproduce and person want to take care of them. So that are nothing but the maternal needs. Then secondary motives, so these also, when your primary motives are getting fulfilled, you want the higher motives, or you are going towards the higher motives. So these are achievement, affiliation, power, or the social approval. Achievement is nothing but the whatever the goals you set for your life, you want to achieve that, and when you are achieving, so that is nothing but the fulfillment of the secondary motives. Or in the human human or the particular individual, this achievement motives comes because he wants some respect in his society or his working environment, and that's why he is keeping that particular motive, and when he is achieving, he is getting the respect in his social strata. So that's why this achievement motives or need for achievement is important one for person's survival in the society or his working place. Then affiliation motives, so when we are talking about the affiliation motives, so normally the person is a such kind of the individual, he want love or he want recognition from the other, and for that he is getting affiliated with the different kind of the people. So this is nothing but the for his survival, he want to get affiliated, he want to get into the different groups, or he want to require the for a different type of the individual. So this is for that purpose he joining the club, he joining the particular organization. So this is nothing but the affiliation. Then power, so this also comes under the secondary motives. The power is nothing but it is ability to influence the other people. So normally when we are talking about the power, due to the power, people giving respect to you, or people is following order, and due to that person want the power, and for get the power, the person is doing the some work, due to that they can able to influence the other people, or they can able to influence their subordinate. So that may be the what you can say power, may be the different kind of the power, but you should use the power that is the getting approved by the society, or that is also called as social approval. Whatever the things you are doing, that is accepted by the societal norms, custom, tradition, and if it is as per the societal norms, custom, tradition, or the culture, then only you will going to get the social approval. So these are the different examples of the secondary motives, that is nothing but the achievement, affiliation, power, or the social approval. Then stimulus motives, normal this kind of the motives you can observe in the childhood or in the particular child. So normal activity, so you want to do the some activity, and due to that normally the child you might be observed he is doing the several activity, and due to that he will going to feel the what you can say good, or the energy utilization will be there, and again he will going to feel the thirsty, again he will feel the hungry, again he will going to take the food, and he is doing the activity, and that activity in the family recognized by the family member. Then curiosity, so normally curiosity you can observe in the people or the child, he always curious about the how the things are happening, and he want to solve the particular curiosity, and due to all this process the person's or the particular child's development will going to take place. Then exploration is nothing but what you can say finding the things or finding the new facts of life, that is nothing but the exploration. Manipulation, so this also you want to do the some task, or people are behaving, or you are or child is imitating the behavior of the parents, and he want to show his independence, and that's why he is doing the several activity. So that is nothing but the manipulation, or this curiosity is present in the adult also, but only difference is that always it is in relation with the reality. Then the contact, so contact is nothing but it is also, you can take the several example in the adult, example in the child. Normally when we are talking about the example in the child, so normally stimulus motives, kangaroo mother care, so normally contact of the child with the mother, and due to that he is getting the security feeling. So that is nothing but the contact motives. When you are talking about adult, he is doing the contact with the several people to fulfill his objective, or for the communication purpose he is contacting the different kind of the people. But normally when you are talking about the stimulus motive, it is important in the children's their personal motives. So normally these personal motives you can see in the professional lives. So life goals will be there, then the levels of aspiration will be there, then the person having some habits or some interest or some attitude he will going to show. So these are nothing but the personal motives, or these are the exclusively individual motives. So life goals you want to achieve, the different kind of people having the different aspiration. Some want the independent work, some people want to get join some organization, and then again he want to go in the hierarchy. So these are the what you can say levels of the aspiration. With the same qualified people, it will be a different one. And for that, due to that the person is having some interest, some attitude he will going to show, or some habit he will going to have. So that habit may be the good habit, that habit may be the bad habit. Then unconscious motives. So normally when we are talking about the unconscious motives, so many times without some motives we are doing some behavior. But as per the Freuds theory, for such kind of the behavior, in your unconscious mind some motives will be there, and to fulfill the particular motives you are doing some unconsciously you are doing some behavior you are showing, and this is due to the unconscious motives present in the individual. An important topic that we will going to see about the theories of human motivation. So in this important work of Maslow, and he has given the Maslow's hierarchy need theory, then McLuhan's theory of motivation, and Freud's theory of motivation, or the Freud's theory of unconscious motivation. So we are going to see one by one in detail. So normally Maslow's hierarchy of needs theory. So normal, as per the Maslow, our needs are the primary needs and the secondary needs. So when we are talking about the primary needs, they are basic in nature. Person is needs will go, so that is called as the needs. So he regarding the person wants food, the person the progeny, he want to reproduce. The sleep, when he is doing the work, these are the basic some physiological survival. These are the your basic. You are going to strive towards your higher. So now the fulfillment of the physiology, the person wants safety. So we living in the forest, and normally they are taking for physiological needs task, but that some security feeling should they preferred, or they started to build up the hut, or they started to build up the home. So this is nothing but the person wants the after fulfillment of the physiology, he requires individual of the be there. Safety fulfilled, then he belongingness. So love and belongingness he is getting from the friendship, he may getting from the family, or he may get from the sexual intimacy. So when get fulfillment of the will be there, the person requires when he is getting, then he required the what you can say self-esteem. So normally what we discuss, that is the physiological needs, or the basic hunger, thirst, excretion, safety, wants safety of himself and his concerned member, that is nothing but the safety. Safety of job will be there, safety of the individual will be there. Nothing love from offspring. So this is called as love. Then the next needs, that is nothing but the higher needs, or it is also called as a secondary needs as per the Abraham Maslow Hierarchy needs theory. So the self-esteem. So normally self-esteem, it is related to the achievement needs. It is related to need of power, need of affection. Normally respect society, doing the different task, earning the money, or he the other, and the people respect him. The self. So whatever things you esteem or the self-esteem, it is to motives, that is nothing but the self-esteem. Then self-actualization. So when we are talking about the self-actualization, whatever the goal you have and you feel confident, you want to give back or giving others, or you becomes a guide society. So that is nothing but the self. So normally reach to, but very they self-actualization process, or very few people become the guiding member for the society. Now they don't want to achieve in their whatever they are, now they want to give again. So that is nothing but the self-actualization process. It is at the peak of the hierarchy of needs. This we can see from video, that is the need theory through one video.
Visit patreon.com/Freuds.
All this regarding the Maslow's hierarchy need theory. Now next theory that we are going to see, that is McLuhan's theory of motivation. So when we are talking about the Freuds theory of motivation, so normally it is related to the higher needs or the secondary needs. So Freuds talk regarding the need for power, that is nothing but the great influence the other people or the influence the your subordinates, the need for the appellation, the person wants pleasure from loved one, or he don't want rejection from the others, or he want to get associated with the others, or he want love and belongingness or the intimacy. So that is nothing but the need for affiliation, the need for the achievement. So need for his achievement, this is nothing but in the professional life or in the particular individual life, some goals he set for his life, and to achieve the particular goals, whatever the activity is doing, and when he accomplishing the particular goal, that is nothing but the need, or he is completing particular goal with his needs the achievement, or he want to fulfill the particular goal or the achieve the particular goal, that is nothing but need for achievement. So this also we can see from the video.
To our channel. Also, please click on the bell icon as soon as a new video is published. Please click on the like button if you like this video. Thanks for watching.
Next theory that we are going to see, that is nothing but the Freud's theory of motivation. So as per the Sigmund Freud theory, so many times our behavior does not having the motives, but we are behaving in the particular manner. So as per the Sigmund Freud theory, these are the unconscious motives that is present in our unconscious mind, and due to that the person is behaving in the particular ways. So this motivational energy is called as a drives or the instincts or the libido in the Sigmund Freud theory. So this unconsciousness is a source for our motivation, or the influence of unconscious motives seen in our irrational behavior like fear or the phobia. So normally we are having the fear of the snake, or we are having the fear of the wall lizards. So some hidden, or we are having the fear of the high places, or this phobia, that is as per the Sigmund Freud theory due to the some unconscious motives, and due to that the person is showing the such irrational fear or the phobia. Then we are going to see about the relevance of motivation for nurses. So normally understanding of the basic motives of the patient. So normally when the patient comes to the hospital setup, so normally patient require the rest, due to the sickness is coming, and due to that it is important to understand the basic motives of patient. Then motivating the patient. So patient comes throughout his problem, so it is required we should motivate the person. Then improving the motivation in nurses, that will help the nurses to go into the hierarchy, or to go in the higher position in the ladder. So this is also the important in the professional life of the nurses. Then in summary and conclusion, we saw regarding the meaning, different concepts related to motivation, nature of motivation, type of motivation, theories of motivation, its relevance for nurses. So all about the motivation. Thank you.